Very good morning, students. We are going to see the next chapter, history, second chapter, that is socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. We are going to see Russian Revolution as well as socialism in Europe. So, we want to see different topics like age of social change in Europe. Then, in that, we want to see liberals, radicals, and conservatives. And three group of people they are emerging in the society that we can see. Then, second point, we want to see industrial society and social change. Means a starting of industrial revolution, and because of industrial revolution, what all changes happened in the society. Then coming of socialism in Europe, new method of government, or they are thinking a new method of theory, that is socialism, and how it is then the support for the socialism. Many people, not only one or two country, many people, we can see England, Germany, like the different countries, they are supporting the idea of socialism. Then second point, what we want to see, the that second part of the lesson, that is Russian Revolution. In that we can see the Russian Empire in 1914, means just the time of first World War. Then second one, economy and society, how the Russian economy and society was. Then next point, what we want to see, that is the socialism in Russia, how it is in total Europe it is starting socialism, and what is the how they got influence in Russia much, or how they accepted that one. Then turbulent time of 1905 of revolution, the revolution it is coming with Russian people. The next point, it is the first world war and the European empire, the influence of first world war, and especially in the European empire, and how they are supporting or rejecting. Then third point, it is in the February revolution in the Petrograd, Petrograd, and that also in Russia, and that is second revolution. Then after February revolution, what happened? Then the topic we want to see, the revolution of October revolution of 1917. And the fourth point, we want to see what changes after October revolution. We want to see February revolution as well as October revolution, and what happened after October revolution. Then the topic is the civil war in Russia, not Russia, Russia and America, like that civil war it is starting. And we can see then the activity, then making of the socialist society. Russia's thinking about starting of a socialist society with in the time of civil war itself. Then we can see the leaders of the Stalinism and the collectivization in Russia. That is the new theory of socialism in Russia, and global influence of the Russian Revolution and the formation of USSR. Then that is the fifth topic. Then okay, like that, five topics we want to see. So we will take one by one topic, and it is long lesson, near about 25 pages are there, and it is we want to understand this lesson very clearly for next year purpose also, because you want to study in 10th standard unification of Germany, unification of Italy, unification of England, three unification you want to study. Then the idea of socialism and democracy, socialism, already we are studying about democracy in civics, and socialism here in history we will study. And next year we want to see the different party systems, one party system, two party system, multi party system. That time also you want to if you want to understand that one, these things are basic for that. So topic once again, that is socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. So first we want to start with the what is socialism. And we are thinking about, there is many types of governments are there. Now present we can see, one is democratic government, democratic government, another one is socialist government, and or in other words we are saying like that, communist government. And in democratic government we can see there is individual property or private properties, private properties are there. But in socialism, they are saying no individual property, no private property. Then the democracy, we used to say like that, government and individual, we are working together. But in socialism, they will say government is the ultimate power. Government is the ultimate power. Like that, some concepts we know already. We have read here and there in library books and other things. So we are going to see the social changes, the time of social changes, not only in Russia, different other countries also. So in last chapter, we studied about the French Revolution and its influence on Asian continent. Already we have seen that one in last chapter itself. And we can see that one here, even in India, we got the influence. And Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he also was the one of the postponent of that French Revolution and its values and other things. And we are coming to the second paragraph, that not everyone in Europe, however, wanted a complete transformation of the society. Some people they said we need transformation. Some people they said no need of any transformation. So response varied from who accepted that some changes was necessary, but wished for a gradual shift to those who wanted to restructure society radically. We can see from that thing, we can see the people, even though people they are saying like that no need of any transformation, slowly they are also coming with the idea of need of transformation. But transformation that not in a sudden, within one day, it's not at all possible. It should be a gradual shift. It should be a gradual shift. And we can see three groups it is arising there in Europe. One is conservatives, another one is liberals, and third liberals or radicals. And in liberals and radicals, we are saying like that, or means the people those who are thinking like that we need changes. In that there is little bit difference between liberals and radicals that we will discuss in the coming portion. So in the society there was two groups. One group they are saying like that we, and one group they are saying like that we want change. Another group saying like that no need of any change. Like the two groups it is emerged in the society. They are known as conservatives and the liberals. And we must remember that those who terms do not mean the same thing in all context or all the times. Even though the people they are saying like that we need change, but all people those who are included in the liberal group, they all of them they never say like that in the same way. They in the same time they want to get change and other things. Okay, then we can see that one. We will look briefly to the some important political transition of 19th century. And that is influencing the changes of the European society. In that we are going to see the radical transformation of the society. For that first point, what we want to understand: liberals, radicals and conservatives. Three words we want to understand. So let us move one by one. The one of the group which looked at a change in the society, that was liberals. The liberals they argued for the changes in the society. They are asking for the changes in the society. Liberals wanted a nation with a tolerated all religion. The nation first change what they are asking, the nation, the country should tolerate all the religion, not only for one particular religion or two religion, all the religion which peoples are believing in particular group, they want to get their freedom. Then they would remember, we would remember that time in Europe, and they was discriminated. Usually they was discriminating, in the name of religion in their not only one country, every European country we can see. And each and every country they are standing for one of the religious group. For example, Britain, they're thinking like that, Church of England. For them, Then Australia and Spain, they are thinking about Catholic Church. Then the liberals, what they are saying like that, they should not keep the under the control of any religion. Each and every religion want to get its freedom. That was the first point. Second point, the dynastic leaders, that means they want to control the monarchs, or the monarch rulers want to be end in the country. There should not be, it should be the power should be in the hands of the representative. Power should be in the hands of the representative, people's representative, that also elected representative. And they want to form a parliamentary government. Under that parliamentary government, they want to make the law. That was the second point, the liberals what they are asking. Then they are not but they are not asking for the democracy. They never said like that we want to be democratic and like that things. And in that they never said about the universal adult franchise and other things. And they are never said to ask the vote for the poor people as well as ladies. They never thought all these things. If we are thinking about it, when we are hearing like that, it should be the elected representative with the parliamentary system. We will feel like that the starting of the um, democratic government, but not that one. They are thinking about this upper class society want to get the representation, and they want to get the election, and they want to get the voting power and other things. Then in contrast to the into the opposite of that one, the liberal sorry radicals, they what they are thinking, the people radicals wanted what they wanted. They want a nation. They are asking like that, we want to create a nation, the feeling of nation and other things. And that is which government was based on the majority of the country. They are thinking about the majority of the country, that we have seen already in first lesson of civics, that in democracy we are following that the majority opinion of the people. And many people, even ladies, they started to support them because here they are getting the uh, representation, because they are thinking about the majority of the country. So the one of the movement they supported by ladies, that was suffragette movement, supported by the ladies, because that is in that they are getting the representation, and they can express themselves. But like unlike, they oppose the privileges of the great landowners and wealthy factory owners. They opposed, they started to oppose the privileges what the other peoples, means the upper class people, what they was enjoying. They opposed that one. And they went not against the existence of the private property. They never said like that should abolish all the private property, but it should not come to the in the few hands that want to be stopped. Private property, they are standing for private property, but the accumulation of wealth or concentration of wealth should not happen, like that who is saying radicals. Then third group, it is conservatives. They are saying like they're totally opposing the radicals as well as rebels. And they are saying like that they want to keep the tradition as it is. They are saying like that we want to keep our tradition as it is. And earlier in 19th century, the conservatives has been generally opposed to the idea of change. They are opposing the idea of change. But in the 19th century, it was in the 18th century they opposed the idea of change. But in 19th century, they also started to think like that we need a change, but we should not forget the past. We should not forget the past, as well as we want to give respect to the past, like that they started to think. So the three groups what we studied, that one is liberals. First group, it is liberals. Second group, it is radicals. Third group, it is conservatives. So we are stopping here, and we will continue in next video.